Buenas Zen Saludo, ladies, gentlemen, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the University of Guam, the Fanyam Nokken 2024 Public Administration Capstone Course, and the Guam Election Commission, my name is Darren Pangilinan, a graduating senior in the PA 480 Capstone Course, and I would like to cordially welcome you to the Help America Vote Day proclamation ceremony. Help America Vote Day is a day of action established to encourage people across the United States to involve themselves in elections by becoming poll workers. At the same time, sharing pertinent information regarding voter registration and vote casting. To begin the ceremony, I would like to welcome Isabella Villasoto, representative from the 34th Guam Youth Congress, to sing the national anthem, followed by the singing of the Guam hymn by Xavier Castro of the Guam Election Commission, and the recital of the Nefresi by graduating senior John Paul Dunca.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang clear, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Fanogita moru purita nota kantai matunanya gitodu ilugat para honra para gloria abiba es la sen para honra, para gloria, aviva es la sen para todo y tempo y paz para hita zan ginini langit na bendición. Contra peligro na avança fuam, Deus protege Island Guam. Contra peligro na avança fuam, Deus protege Island Guam.
Nefresi. Gina Sokku. Imas takalunki kurosongu. Jani mas figo imas sankahu. Hu fressen mais saju parate. Janu defendi, ihinengi, cultura, lenguaje, airi, hanam, janitano chamorro. Yeren shaku diretu ginas juastata. Espigo afitna gihilo ibitlia, jani bandarahu, and paha.
Thank you, Isabella, Xavier, and John Paul. You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, please assist me in welcoming the President of the University of Guam, Dr. Anita Borja Enriquez, to give her opening remarks.
Buenas and Mananas Sejus Todas Habju. Sejus Ma'asi to all of you for joining us today for the inaugural Help America's Vote Day Proclamation signing ceremony. I'd like to welcome our Magahaga Governor of Guam, Lourdes Leon Guerrero, our honorable senators, our honorable mayors of the Guam Mayor's Council, our honorable representative, Congressional Delegate James Moylan, represented here by a member of his team. Our students, who are a critical part of the future of our island and our region, members of the Triton community of the University of Guam, to all of you other distinguished guests, as well as those who are tuning in, live stream, and those who are present today. It is indeed a very historic moment, and I want to thank the Guam Election Commission, led by Ms. Maria Pangilinan and members of the commission, her staff, the public administration course students who are responsible for setting up today's event as their capstone experience, and also for all of you from our university administration who are instrumental in helping make this event possible. Sejus Ma'asi. Our students are no strangers to the election or electoral process. They participate in electing representatives who will lead them in policies, in decisions, in budget formation, and other initiatives that are going to help them succeed in their academic journey. Our youth, in general, participate in the electoral process, but also participate in policy making through the Guam Youth Congress. We do have present today members from our Student Government Association, as well as the University Student Triton family, who are representing us in this regard. Thank you, Madam Speaker of the Guam Youth Congress, as well, for being here. As you know, we have two very important elections coming up in the primary election as well as the general election. The University of Guam is no stranger as well to working in setting up venues where candidates can participate in question and answer opportunities, so that our students can learn about not only the challenges and the opportunities, but what can they look forward to. And as the future leaders of our island and our region, our students play a critical role, not only in capstone courses, but also high impact practices, being engaged in community-related events, and also co-curricular initiatives that help them get a better understanding of the social issues that are facing our island. And in this regard, with the Help America Vote initiative, that they will also have an opportunity to provide that pipeline of election workers to support the Guam Election Commission in its efforts to build up the population of eligible registered voters, but to also witness firsthand the election process at the polls as poll workers. So as the university voyages in helping to provide even more opportunities and more pipelines for our students, I want to thank our student leaders for being part of today's ceremony, and you will hear shortly from our president, Kiana Rivera, who has been an important part of helping to keep our institution accountable, to keep our administration accountable, to keep our island leaders accountable as well. So congratulations to the Guam Election Commission. Thank you very much, Governor Leon Guerrero. This indeed is a very important event, so we are happy to say Biba Guam, Biba Make American Vote, and Biba Guam Election Commission for all of these efforts. Sejus Ma'asi.
Thank you, Dr. Enriquez, for your inspiring words and your dedication to the electoral process and the University of Guam. I would now like to welcome the University of Guam Student Government Association President, Ms. Kiona Rivera, to give her opening remarks.
Good day, everybody. Thank you all so much for having me here. I am joined by some of my Student Government Association senators. We have Nathan, Thelma, and Kiana. And, just having student present in these kinds of things are really such a big deal for us. So I really do appreciate that. Again, my name is Kiona Rivera. I'm currently a senior here at the University of Guam. And I'm also the SGA president. And I just want to say thank you to all the organizers for this event as well, and for everybody joining us today, because I do appreciate events like this that bring the youth together, the Triton community, and everybody in Guam, just to bring awareness to these kinds of things. Because I do believe that sometimes the lack of awareness is something that we face today about voting and the right to vote and registration, because that's something that we need the youth to be more aware of. But I know we are doing a lot in the Guam Election Commission, and student leaders and student organizations. We are doing as much as we can to bring that awareness back to our students. But I do believe that it starts with being aware of why we should vote and the reason why we should vote and register. A lot of times we forget that we are actually worth and validated to be a registered voter, right? And I think the youth today does feel a sense of comfort when we are known that we can vote, that we are worthy of registering, right? It sounds like such a big deal, but it's really just validating that fact that, hey, we have the right to vote and you have to exercise that, right? And as much as it is the responsibility of an individual to vote and to exercise that and to register, it's also the community's effort altogether to bring awareness to that person on what they can do to help change the community. And so I hope that we can bring more of these events. I believe last year, a few years ago, SGA, a Guam Election Commission, and several student organizations like the Public Admin Team, we did host what we called a Vote Fest, where we encourage students to vote by having different voting registration tables around campuses. And I hope that our student orgs can bring that back this year, especially since Dr. Enriquez did mention we do have a very exciting year for election, right? And it's something that everybody on the island anticipates. Whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, we leave that up to them to decide. But registering to vote is really the start. And I hope that we could bring that Vote Fest back to campus and work with the student orgs that we have today. But yes, thank you all so much for having me, and I do appreciate everybody's time. And let's sign this thing.
Thank you kindly, Kiona, and the rest of our Student Government Association for being incredible representatives of the University of Guam. Proclamation 2024-09 gives recognition to all those who assist in the election process and reaffirms our commitment to perpetuating our long-standing tradition of democratic freedom. To recognize and promote Help America Vote Day, please join me in welcoming Imagahagan Guahan, the Honorable Lu Leong Girl.
Thank you very much, and Hafaday. I'd like to thank actually the University of Guam and the student government for their consciousness and for their awareness and for their understanding and commitment in realizing and acknowledging the importance of voting. You know, we live in a democracy. And we live in a government that is of law and order. We also are very fortunate that we live in a government and a democracy that promotes individual rights, it promotes civic duties, It promotes civic rights. It promotes equity, fairness, truth, and accountability, transparency, a government, I think, that is open. We are also very fortunate that we as a community have the opportunity to say who is going to govern us, to say who are the leaders that are going to vote and represent my destiny in my life ahead. I think that's a very sacred opportunity that we have. Most of the countries don't. So there is a sense of public involvement, and that's through the sacredness and trust of our vote. Our vote gives us a loud voice in who we want to represent us. Voting is not just a privilege or a right, it's the heartbeat of democracy. And we need to always make sure that our people are involved. And so the work that the University of Guam is doing here, and the student government, the Tritons, and all the organizations that support this is very essential and very crucial to democracy. Today we are going to be celebrating National Help America Vote Day. Guam has always been very political. Politics is a game, and actually we take ours very seriously. I have seen families argue amongst each other because they're Republican or they're Democrat, right? But that's good. Healthy discussion, healthy debate is dynamic, it's good, it's needed to come to some very united decisions and actions. So we take our politics very seriously, and that is a plus for us. However, we've been seeing that voter registration has been declining, and I fear that the interest in speaking our voice is declining, and we cannot allow that, because that's how we continue on with democracy. That's how we continue on coming to the right decisions of how we should run and what is the destiny of our people and our island. I am very honored today to be part of that work by proclaiming today the National Help America Vote Day. So I encourage and I ask our people to please come out and register, please come out and vote. Because if you're not, then you're not part of the solution. And you have no right complaining about your leaders if you did not participate in that action of deciding who your leaders should be. This day is a day to help us educate our people, to help us engage our people, and to help us empower our people to make sure that they make their voices known and exercise their very sacred trust of voting. So I'm very honored to sign, and I'd like for our president of our student body here to come up and read the proclamation, and then we'll sign it. Thank you very much.
A proclamation of the governor proclaiming January 30, 2024 as Help America Vote Day. Whereas on Help America Vote Day, our island joins the nation to celebrate the long-standing tradition of the democratic process, recognize all poll workers who play a key role in strengthening our democracy, encourage our island citizens to exercise their right to vote and to volunteer in Guam's electoral process. Whereas the U.S. Election Assistance Commission established Help America Vote Day to tackle shortages in election workers by calling upon the public to participate in election administration and to educate those on the critical role they play in ensuring an efficient election. Whereas poll workers and election officials across the country and our island work closely with the public to provide a secure, safe, and accessible process to those exercising their right to vote. Whereas agencies such as the Guam Election Commission and the University of Guam are essential to the local election process by educating the public on where to register to vote and cast their ballot and reminding them of important dates related to Guam's elections. Whereas Guam's primary election is scheduled for Saturday, August 3, 2024, and the general election is scheduled for Tuesday, November 5, 2024, with the assistance of 335 precinct officials for each election. And whereas our island recognized Help America Vote Day, we recognize all those who play a part in Guam's election process and work to ensure a successful election.
Now therefore I, Lourdes C. Leon Guerrero, Magahagan Guahan, Governor of Guam, by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Organic Act of Guam as amended, do hereby proclaim January 30th, 2024 as Help America Day, Help America Vote Day, given under my hand and the Great Seal of Guam to be affixed in the city of Manilao on this 30th day of January in the year of our Lord Anno Domini, 2024. Viva democracy! Viva!
Si Zeus Mosi Magahoga, Putoru Ibidomu para estudiante Nyoji Zanitotongohan. Resolution number 308-37 recognizes the observance of Help America Vote Day, commends the Guam Election Commission and the University of Guam. I kindly ask that everyone present here today assist me in welcoming the sponsor of this resolution, Senator Amanda Shelton.
It's good to be back at the University of Guam. This is really my home, I think, and to see all the Guam Youth Congress representatives, our speaker, the Student Government Association. This is the breeding ground of Guam's future leaders and Guam's future democracy. So thank you for having us. This is the perfect place to host Help America Vote Day. And we're here today to present from the 37th Guam Legislature a resolution to the students of the University of Guam, the administration, and the Guam Election Commission for your work in helping America vote. And of course, I think there's everyone in our body, the Guam legislature can agree, there's no one who wants people to vote more than us. Maybe the governor, the congressman's office here, but the elected officials who want to see everyone involved in the political process. And among political scholars, I learned here at the university, there's lots of spirited debate about whether voting is a right, a privilege, or a responsibility, and the governor spoke about this a little bit. And to me, it's all three of those things. It's a right, it's implied in law. We cannot be discriminated against when we reach a certain age based on our gender or our education or any other status. We have the right to vote. It is a privilege because you need to be a full-fledged citizen, and certain criminal convictions can take away your privilege of voting. And it is a responsibility, one of our greatest responsibilities of members of this community to vote and to take part in the democratic process. And as it says in this legislative resolution we're about to present, voting is the foundation of democracy. And it's why the Guam legislature, and you can see all of these elected officials and students of the University of Guam continue to support efforts like Help America Vote Day and other initiatives to increase voter participation, because the greatest threat to our democracy is voter apathy. We need our people to show up and to vote. It requires help before and after Election Day. That's why these folks that you see in the back working so hard, the Guam Election Commission, these students who are volunteering as maybe poll watchers or members of the Guam Election Commission for the next few months, they are such important people in this election process. The people of Guam may think elections happen overnight, but they don't. They take lots of planning and they take lots of cleanup at the end to make it happen. So please give yourselves a round of applause, Guam Election Commission. I don't think you ever get enough credit. And Help America Vote Day is about more than encouraging people to come out and vote. It's really a day of action to encourage everyone to get involved in elections. So whether you think you can have a very active role or be a volunteer or work at the Guam Election Commission, whether or not you have that time, today is a day for us maybe to make a quiet and personal commitment to encourage our family and our friends to get involved, to encourage them to register to vote, to show them how to register to vote, and the many ways to cast a ballot this election. So our commitment remains from the Guam legislature. I'd like to bring up my colleague, Senator Roy Kanata. And the students of the capstone class and the Guam Election Commission. President Enriquez, please. President Rivera, please join us at the front. So a big, big Seduas Masi to everyone who helps America vote. And may your efforts help strengthen and improve democracy for all our island citizens. It's now my honor to present resolution number 308-37, relative to recognizing the observance of Help America Vote Day and commending the staff of the Guam Election Commission and the University of Guam for their commitment and service to the people of Guam. Seduas Masi.
Thank you, Senator Shelton, for your commitment to maintaining our democratic traditions.
Sorry, one more. Viva Independence!
Now, I would like to invite Ms. Lily Vinch, the Speaker of the 34th Guam Youth Congress, to give her closing remarks.
Thank you, and sorry for kicking everyone off the stage. Hafaday, I'm Lily Vinch. I'm the Speaker of the 34th Guam Youth Congress, joined here by our other members of the Guam Youth Congress and our extremely valuable members of our community. I'm here to speak to emphasize the power that is behind not only speaking your voice, but putting your name on a ballot. Voting is not just a right, but it's a responsibility, and we've heard that around the room today as we all discuss the importance of what it takes to speak up and make a change for our island. The youth not only represent the heartbeat of the world, but our island. We serve as the catalyst for the change and the architects of our own future. It is crucial for young individuals to step out and take that power that they hold in shaping the country. Let us acknowledge that the decisions made by our elected leaders have a lasting and direct impact on the lives of every citizen. By participating in the electoral process, young voters now have the ability to influence these decisions and this direction that we're moving our future into. By exercising our power to vote, we carry forward the legacy of those who have worked so hard to make a society where every voice matters. In recent times, we have witnessed the incredible impact that young individuals have, not only in social but political movements. Voting is an extension of this activism, an opportunity to translate that passion and ideals into tangible political outcomes. My mother, an educator, raised me. She encouraged me to speak loud, speak my voice, have power in my poise. And just for her luck, I never stopped talking. Now, my voice is not only spoken, but my name is written on a ballot. I turned 18, I registered to vote. Little did I know I could have done that 2 years prior to pre-register. Having this proclamation is going to begin to tell everyone what I wish I would have known. Voting is a crucial step towards building a society that reflects every individual voice that we hold. The youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow because we are the ones leading today. By casting votes and taking those few minutes to register, we can seize the power that lies not only on the ballot, but together we can shape a future for the brighter and better. Thank you, and Suzus Maasi.
Thank you, Lily, for your kind words. And thank you, members of the Guam Youth Congress, for being positive role models for all the youth and being agents for change. Ladies and gentlemen, Help America Vote Day is more than just a day to share information and bolster the workforce come election time. It is a day to exercise our God-given right to choose who we want to represent us. This election season, I would like to highly encourage all of those present today to cast their vote and take part in the electoral process. Voter registrars are available at the English and Communication Building, the Humanities and Social Sciences Building, and at the food trucks located in the center court. On behalf of the 2024 Fanyam Nokan Semester Public Administration Capstone Course, the University of Guam, and the Guam Election Commission, maraming salamat po, mesulan, kiriso chapur, si Jus Masi, and thank you for your participation in today's ceremony. Have a great day.